Yeah, g'day, 712 here. Well, I'm going to show you how easy it is to grow one of these super hardy orchids. This was a small offshoot from a Cattleya that was growing outside, and you can see it's got a bit of one shriveled up pseudobulb there with a nice new one here and two very healthy new leaves. And what I did was, initially the new roots that you can see in there were not as long as this, and I've just put them in this jar. This is a good way to keep up the humidity, a little bit of moisture down the bottom, and what this will do is encourage it to throw out new roots. It didn't have any new roots when I took this thing off the main plant, so keeping it in the jar like that on a bright sunny windowsill and some water in the bottom, not swimming in water of course, was a great way to basically get this thing to throw roots. And soon I'll show you in another video how I pop this on. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to pop this on and grow it on a super bright westerly facing windowsill. This is a small Cattleya. To plant that Cattleya orchid, I'm going to use a disposable PET bottle like this, and we're going to recycle that PET bottle. We're going to cut it about here because we're going to use the top. We're going to use this for the bottom. This will be more than big enough. But the first thing we have to do with this, we have to put some holes in the bottom. So let's do that by melting some holes through there with a hot nail, drainage holes. So we're just going to heat a nail here over an alcohol burner, but you could do this with any device over a gas stove or on an electric element. So we're going to heat the nail up in this alcohol flame and just use that to put holes in the bottom of the PET bottle, because we do have to have drainage holes in there. Now we're going to put some holes around the side, because you need to be able to, the plant needs to be able to breathe, and you're going to need to be able to get lots of aeration into your orchid compost, because these are epiphytes. I'm just going to use a penknife to, or a craft knife, it doesn't really matter, to cut around. So what I've done is I've just left a little bit on there to act as a hinge, so I can put this down like that. I can put my plant in there, and this will keep the humidity over the plant like that. That's an automatic little humidity chamber. Alright, let's start potting it up. Got some good quality orchid compost here. Okay, there should be enough in there, like that. And just clean up the mess. So here's our orchid. It's got a lot of good roots on there. We don't want to bury it too deeply in here whatsoever, because these roots, they do photosynthesize. So we'll just put that roughly there. Like that. And now we'll water it. So we've got another takeaway container there. I'm just going to spray this compost down. And I may have had a bit of an oversight here because I forgot how large these leaves are, whether or not we can get them inside of our humidity chamber. Let's just see if we can do that. It may be, yeah, it's not going to work, so I'll have to cut that off altogether. I'll cut that off in a minute and see if we can just take it over on the top normally. But we're going to need to soak this compost several times because it'll take a while to absorb all the water. Now I've used a PET bottle because, as I said, the roots of the Cattleya, they've been shown to photosynthesize, and so they will grow out around here, and the ones that do will get the light and be able to add to the photosynthate of the plant. So we're going to cut this off now, and we'll see whether or not we can in fact place it over these leaves without damaging them. And we can. Whether or not we need this, I don't think we need this actually. Maybe we can get away with this because it has been growing without this on there, and we might keep this, reserve this for another plant, another project. But anyway, there it is there, potted up, and that'll do quite nicely on a bright sunny windowsill. So that's how I repot my Cattleyas. That's how I started them, as you saw in the glass bottle to begin with, to get that beautiful nice root growth coming out of there. Okay, so the final step is that we'll put some water in the bottom of this tub that we've got the pot sitting in now, and that way through capillary action all the compost will become thoroughly wet. But yeah, the key to this thing is using that glass bottle to begin with, or you could have used a plastic bottle. There was no compost in there, no chance of getting any infections in the roots if I happen to have nicked the roots accidentally. In this case there were none of these new roots were present whatsoever. You had a much smaller pseudo bulb here, and basically the other dying or dead roots on there. So it sprouted roots from the base of this pseudo bulb. Alright, thanks for watching 712.